Hey, what's going on, Flash Bob? Welcome back to the channel. So, you made a huge decision and decided to get Honeybook. You downloaded it, you subscribed, you're all set. And now you're sitting there like, now what? This video is going to help you with all the first steps that you should do when setting up your Honeybook account. And if you haven't signed up as yet, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to take advantage of a 30% discount for the first year of using that platform. It helps you save a little bit of money, and it's a great way to help support this channel. So full disclaimer, this is going to be a little bit of a longer video. Now, before you click out and go and watch a new video, let me explain to you that this video is going to help you not only set up your account properly so that you can start accepting payments from your clients, it's also going to help you with automations, and it's going to help you with all of your branding. So to give you guys a clear understanding, this particular portion of what we're going to talk about today is what Honeybook is going to use to pull information for everything else. So you do not want to skip this step. So let's hop over to Honeybook now and take a look at everything that we got to do. All right, so first off, let's just head right into the account. So to get there, you just click on your little logo over here and you go to My Account. And this will be the page where you fill out all of your basic information about your account. You put in your name, your job title, your contact email, phone number, address, whatever. If you want to change your password, that's where you also do this. Your security phone number, two-step verification, all this kind of simple stuff is all done right through here. And also for any of you guys that are going to be out of office, maybe you're going on vacation or you're just not going to be able to take any emails, any calls or anything, this is also where you're going to set up your out of office email. So very simple, very straightforward. It could be for all incoming activity. You type out whatever you want it to say. You set the time that you're away for and you're done. This out of office option is not something that I use personally just because I use automations, and it's something that we're going to talk about in a later video and how to use that exactly. But I always respond to my clients because of those automations, but we'll talk about that in a later video. If we scroll back to the top, you'll see your company tab, and this is where things become a lot more interesting. This is where you want to take some time and fill out the information as accurately as possible. Let's go through it and we'll see exactly what you can do. So the first thing you want to do is just build your professional presence. And with that, you just put in your name of your business, again, the category that you work in, your contact email and phone number, as well as your website and things like that. And then this is where we get into your brand elements. So it's going to ask you for your logo, maybe a secondary logo, any of your branding colors or anything of that nature. This is where you want to make those changes happen. And then you have the ability to add in the default header for any of your like proposals or smart files or anything like that. Invoices, this will be like a default heading that you can use. And then it gives you a little preview on the side here, which is cool. If we scroll down a bit more, you'll be able to customize your theme for your Honeybook account. And then if you click on that, you can see it allows you to pick your default font, some of your colors that you use, more fonts and things of that nature. And it gives you a nice little preview again over here to see what those kind of presets actually look like. And then probably one of the more important things, again, like I said, this entire video is about giving you information that's going to allow Honeybook to take that information and input it into other areas. And one of those things is going to be your email signature. So on something like this, what I would include is my name and company, my position with the company, again, a contact number. I have a link to my social media, my website, and also my business number. And this is the information that at the end of every email, again, it's going to pull this information for your signature and put it at the bottom for any of the emails that you send out. And also you can actually manually add this if you'd like. And then finally, you can give a one-liner about what your company is and a little description about what you do. And then you can link any of your social media accounts to your Honeybook. And then finally, it's just going to ask you for your information, street address, where you live, postal code, things like that, as well as what currency that you're using to charge your clients. Now, unfortunately, as of right now anyways, Honeybook only allows you to charge clients within the currency of where you live. So I live in Canada. I can only charge clients through Honeybook in Canadian dollars. So that's just a little bit of a thing that you need to remember. Like when an American client comes to me, I can't actually charge them in the US currency. So you might want to either make those conversions yourself and charge them here, on Honeybook or use a third-party application like PayPal or QuickBooks or something like that to charge them in their native currency. Cool. That's it for that one. Let's go into preferences if we scroll back to the top. Now, this is where, again, I think it's probably one of the more important things that you need to pay attention to, because this is, again, where Honeybook is going to be pulling information from to add things to like your emails, your contact forms, your services, all those little soft things that you got to have on your Honeybook. It's going to pull it from here. So if you take a look at this, like our lead sources, it says edit your lead sources to get a better idea of where you're getting your work from. So what I would put in here is all of the different places that a client contacts you from. So for example, word of mouth, maybe they found you on Facebook, maybe they found you on YouTube, Instagram, whatever avenues that people can find you, you put them in here. And I know some people are like, who cares? Like, I don't care. Well, you should care, because if you know where your clients are finding you most, that's where you're going to put the majority of your efforts in marketing to them or trying to connect with them. So if you know where they're coming from, you know where to talk to them. Second one here is project fields. Collect details about projects and use them across templates, emails, and files. If you're going to edit here, so this would be like what kind of information you want to gather from your client. So the project name, the project type, date and location, things like that is what you want to put into this one. And you can also add a custom field, and that allows you to add more to whatever type of information you want to gather from your clients. Third one is contact fields, pretty straightforward, more information. So when a client is, when you're adding a client to your Honeybook, or you're filling out the information in regards to who they are and what they do, that's where you add this. Everything that you want to know about the client, you can add in here. And again, if you want to add more, you could just add custom field, and then you go from there. Honeybook has a bunch of preset options that are going to show up every single time, and you cannot change them. So if this is good enough, you can leave this section exactly how it is. And then project types. Now, this one is probably the most important one that you want to make sure that you fill out and fill out correctly. So in my line of work as a cinematographer or photographer or production company, whatever you want to call us, we do have specific services that we do offer to our clients. And this is what's listed on this page. So cinematography, commercial work, corporate event, et cetera, et cetera. Everything that I offer, I put in here. And this is important because when we actually create our contact form and we want people to select what services they want, this is what Honeybook is going to look at to help you connect that to your website and your contact form. And more importantly, when it's time to start drawing automations, this is the information that it looks at. So yeah, fill out as much of this as possible. And then you can set your like default one as well. So my biggest money maker, we'll say, is my cinematography services, right? So I'm going to make that my default, and then I'm just going to save that. And then if we go down here to tags, tags is just a cool new thing that they just introduced. And essentially what it allows you to do is like add a label to that client at a glance. So instead of you moving them along your pipeline, which is something that we're going to talk about as well, so don't worry about that right now. Instead of moving them along your pipeline, you can add these little tags to their profile, and you know exactly like what they are at a glance. Maybe they started ghosting you, you tag them as a ghost. Maybe they're not really a high priority, you tag them as a low priority. Maybe they're on hold, maybe they're thinking about it. There you go. You just add the tags that you want here. And then of course, you can create more tags, you can delete tags, you can edit tags, whatever you want, you can do right there. So we're gonna hit done on that for now. And this actually looks like something that's brand new. I opened this today, and now we have something for client feedback, which is pretty cool. Essentially what it says here is when your project is completed, your clients will automatically receive an email from Honeybook asking how their experience was working with you. Cool. So yeah, that is turned on, and we can preview the survey. We greatly appreciate. We recently worked with you. I'd love to hear your feedback. Blah blah blah. They can just, yeah, and then submit that. And I guess what's also cool about it is that it's private. So it's only you will see it. So you don't have to worry about this being on like Google or anywhere else. This is something that you will only see. And then I guess from there, depending on what they say, of course, you can add that to your reviews or whatever on your website or whatever. And yeah, it's a great way to get some feedback from your clients and know that you're doing the right things for them. All right, let's scroll down to our company notifications. Now, this is where we start setting up automations. This section is more for when you send out information to a client and maybe they don't respond right away. There's a few automations for some emails to remind them about things. Or even if you forget to do something, this is a great place to have these automations set up so that it helps remind you to do the next step. If we just take a look here, it is so straightforward. And that's what I love about Honeybook. If you read it, you know what you're getting into, right? Notify me by email within 1 day if my client has not viewed an email that I sent out to them. So turn this on or turn it off. Do you want a reminder if your client doesn't open an email that you sent them? Turn it on. If notify me by email if a file I've sent over has not been signed or paid after 7 days. Maybe you're going on about your personal life, or maybe you're helping to service other clients and you just forgot about this client and where they are in your whole entire pipeline. Instead of just completely forgetting about them, Honeybook will go ahead and take the initiative of sending you a reminder email after 7 days that they haven't signed your contract or made a payment yet. Straightforward, right? And if you go down the line here, all the way to the bottom, extremely straightforward. And then you have the ability to also change how many days that you want this to happen. Maybe you want it in 2 days, maybe you want it in 1 day, maybe you want it in 2 weeks. Whatever you feel is the right amount of time for you to get these reminders before you start reaching back out to clients. You set it up here and Honeybook will remind you. And actions, again, is another automation section where you can have Honeybook do some things for you. So I only have it do one of these 4 steps for me, but you can do like I said, whatever you like. And again, it's very straightforward. So the first one is send a questionnaire to my client 3 weeks before the project date. If I have a questionnaire specifically for what I need them to fill out before, let's say, a photo shoot or something like that, this would be great because I could turn this on. And what Honeybook is going to do is send out that questionnaire 3 weeks before our photo shoot date, just getting them to fill out some information that maybe I need in order to do the best job for their photo shoot, right? The next one is send a reminder to my client if they have not viewed my smart file within 3 days. So if I send out, let's say, a proposal to my client with all the information on how to book and give them the ability to do that, and they don't do that, Honeybook is going to send me a reminder about that. And then the other two, again, straightforward, expire or send a smart file or whatever. Now, the reason why I don't have those checked off on my Honeybook right now is because, again, I have automations that already do this for me, right? If you're just getting started and this is just, you just need to get these things going the easiest way possible, this is where you want to do it. Automations are a little bit more advanced, and we're going to be dedicating an entire video on how you can set up and create your own automations. But for now, it's like your first week, your first few days using Honeybook, this is what you might want to try and do instead. So SMS reminders, another new feature that Honeybook started doing not too long ago. Great, great, great feature. All it really does is instead of sending an email to your client, if you have their phone number, you can also send them a text message with the same reminders that you have set up here. Great. Some people, I don't know, like maybe they don't see their emails as often as they should. I don't know how they survive in business that way, because that's the first thing I look at every morning is my emails. But for those people that don't look at their emails, send them a text message instead, or send them a text message as well so that they're not missing your messages. And then this is probably one of the areas that you want to make sure you have some of these reminders on. And this is payment reminders. Looking through it, again, you can turn off and turn on whatever you want or don't want, but upcoming, email will be, or upcoming reminders sent 7 days before their due date. So you got to sign up. Their first payment is due on such and such date. You can have it send them a reminder 7 days prior so that, they don't forget. And then for reoccurring or auto pay, you can send them an email letting them know that their automatic payment is happening tomorrow. And that just gives them more peace of mind, helps you look more professional, and then that there's no miscommunication when you're taking a payment from them automatically. If you go down the line there, you can set one on a due date, send it 2 days after it's due, 7 days after it's due. If you are going to be sending out late fees, this is something that I definitely do. You can let them know that you have 1 day before you're going to get charged a late fee, and that's an automated reminder. So, and again, you can edit that. You can change the email, the wording of it, however you want it to be. So it's more, I guess, specific to how you speak to your clients or on brand for you. You can make all those adjustments there and done. The next section here is default name format. Honestly, I did not change anything here. I just left it exactly how it is, but it essentially is set a default name format to apply to files that are created via templates and automations. I do this part of the Honeybook thing manually, so I recommend just leaving these as they are and then doing it the way that you want to do it once you start creating automations. And the last one here is Smart File default settings. Again, this is going to add like a thumbnail image and whatever type of default things that you want to do. I have this unchecked just because the way that I created them, they already do this, so I don't really need it to do anything else from this section. But that's again something that we're going to talk about in future videos. Okay, we're rolling. I know there's a lot of information. I mean, you could take a break, go through all of these things and do them before you get to the next section of this video. But yeah, it's a lot of information. If this is helping, subscribe, hit the like button. Those kind of things help the channel grow. So, I mean, yeah, let more people know about what we're doing over here and help them get off to the right foot as well. All right, so let's hop over to AI preferences. So AI is something that every business is trying to implement into their workflow in some type of capacity, and Honeybook is no exception. What they're doing essentially is allowing AI to give you helpful information, help you to rewrite things that are important in how you communicate with your clients, meeting preps. Like there's so many different little things that Honeybook is doing centered around AI that it's hard to not like take advantage of it. First off, you can on your own time have an interactive demo of all the different things that Honeybook can do with the AI options. Strongly recommend that you take a moment to watch this demo. But to give you an example, their AI assistant will help you prioritize lead notifications. They'll help you create emails. They'll help you prep projects. They'll help you create meetings. And this is also new. They also give you like a post-meeting summary. So basically, it'll generate a transcript of what you guys talked about in your meeting, which I think is amazing. Doesn't look like it's available yet. It might be coming soon, but imagine having a conversation with your clients. Everything is transcripted for you and then summarized so that you know exactly what you guys spoke about on that call. Fantastic. So this portion is your Honeybook domain or your client portal. This is something that you would share with your clients to give them all the updates in terms of everything that you're doing with their account. So all your email threads will be here, all your contracts will be in their portal, any assets or anything that you create for them will be in the portal. Everything is going to show up here. So it's a great place to get them started if you want to share information with them. And if you want to grab the link, you could put your own name here. So they do it for you like this. Make your active domain. You can edit your prefix if you want. You can use your company domain, whatever's up to you. And then you can share it through here. So you can share here or just grab the link. And it just gives you a quick little preview on how they can access their client portal. Not too much to talk about there. Next up is your integrations. Now, integrations are amazing, right? Amazing. First thing you want to do is connect your main email address that you want to be using to contact and speak with your clients. So this is the email that they will see, and this is the email where all their emails will come to. So make sure you pick the correct one and set it up properly here first. After you've done that, if you have any of these other options, Google Calendar, Zoom, Calendly, whatever. You can connect all of those by just logging in. All that information and whatever you input is all shared using these programs. So for example, Calendly is one that I love to use. And it's basically a scheduling app. So I can create a 30-minute consultation with a Zoom link and share that with them. And they also get to see my schedule from that. So if they want to book a call with me, it'll block off all the time that they can't. and only present the times and whatever that they are able to, create a contact call with me. So that just makes your life a lot easier. Other things that they have here is like MailChimp, Zapier, Meta Leads. You guys can read it here Monday. Whatever you have, you can connect with your Honeybook and just make your life a little bit easier because everything now starts talking to each other. And then let's go down to your team. So there will be a section that we're going to be talking about how you use Honeybook to work with a team as well. For now, we'll just show you what it is, and then you can go from there. So essentially, what it allows you to do is give access to anybody else that you want to work on this project with you. So let's say, for example, you are booking a wedding, right? And the communications that you're doing with your couple are all being, recorded and stored in a profile for them. And maybe you have another photographer that you're working with, maybe another videographer that you're working with. Anybody else that needs to be attached to that client's profile, this is where you would add them to it. And then it's as easy as, just going over here and inviting somebody, punch in the information, and then you can choose the role that they're also going to have. And then when you click on each team member role, it'll give you a description of what they would be able to do with the role that you give them. So if you want them to basically be able to do everything within your Honeybook, you'll make them a super admin. If you only want them to have access to certain things, you make them a regular admin. If you want them to have only access to maybe one project or whatever, you make them a basic admin. So whatever you want them to be able to do, that's where you do it. And then you invite them. Once they accept, they have access to whichever project file that you add them to. And then, of course, if you have a bookkeeper, you can give them access and, just other basic information. You can create a team calendar, emails, all that kind of stuff. Anything to do related to your team and whoever you want to have access to, that's where you add them here. Yeah, your membership, again, very straightforward. Tells you how much you pay, what you have. You could change it here. You could edit your the way you get charged. You could pull up all your invoice history, or you can cancel from here. Very straightforward. Your bank details, I won't open this part, but essentially this is where you go to set up your account. Once you click on view and edit, you'll punch in all of your bank details, like what bank you're working with, your transit number, your institution number, all those kind of things. And that's what's going to connect Honeybook to your account. So when a client pays you, this is where you tell Honeybook where to send your money. Do this. And then just your business owner, again, just the same information as before that you filled out. But again, you want to add all this information in here so that you can get paid. Name, date of birth, all that kind of stuff. Everything that you want to do in here, you do that and then you save it. And the last one here is your client payment methods. And I mean, it's super straightforward, right? It just tells you what type of credit cards they accept and the rates of processing it. So every transaction, they will take either 2.9% plus 25 cents, or depending on the type of card, 3.49%. Like this is just where you get the information. You also want to enable card on file payments so that you can set up automatic payments. This is where you'll do that. And then instant deposits, all, again, straightforward. Unfortunately, I live in Canada once again. So in Canada, we can only accept credit card payments. We can't accept direct instant deposits or anything like that. So yours might look a little different than mine if you live in the States or something like that. So yeah, this is where you get all the information and set up all the pre-authorized payments and things like that. So yeah, essentially that's everything that you need to do when you first sign up for Honeybook. I strongly recommend, once again, you take the time to do this, right? A lot of people are going to skip these steps and not going to put in all the information. But once you do this once, all of this information is used by Honeybook to do everything else, and you do not have to do this again. So you might as well just get it in, get it done, and be ready to move on to the next steps. That's going to be everything for this video. If this helped you in any way, like I said before, just go ahead and hit that like button. If you're watching this video, you haven't subscribed yet, definitely want to go ahead and do that. In the next video, we're going to start talking about templates and how to create them and save them, and most importantly, use them to make your everyday tasks a little bit easier. Thanks for watching, guys, and always remember to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.